Hey, Jules Plus Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. What is today? That's such an excellent question. I know it's a Friday. I know it's March. Wow, that's about it right there. That's how tired I am. Okay, here's my story, people. I know I'm going to figure it out. Oh, it's the 19th, right? Yes. March 19th, 2021. I got it. Anyway, it's late. I'm not even home yet. Last night I was up forever. We had like trimester 2 awards today, and I was doing all the certificates and just everything. And it was well after 1 o'clock, and I just couldn't do my Jules Plus Vegan video. But I reminded myself that I said that if it was stress rather than joy, I would not do it. And I even said I could take days if I wanted, but I couldn't stand the idea of missing a second day. And so here I am just checking in because I'm totally just trying to get home. And as I suggested, I'm super tired. It's so sad. It's so sad. I ended up eating off plan today. It's not a first-class crime. It will be a crime if it leads to a second day. Because even though I'm just trying to live a day at a time, I was well on my way. You know, it's been more than 80 days. And wasn't that like a book and a movie? Jules Verne? What? Around the world in 80 days? Well, I definitely went around the world in 80 days. But anyway, sadly, and it's going to balance out in terms of how the week goes. But like if I zoom out a little and see the big picture, I'm sure all of my calories will work out. The thing is, though, because I dared to get off plan, that gets the monkey mind going. Then the monkey, in all of his giggling, brings his tribe in. All of a sudden, there's a monkey tribe. And, of course, when you put something in your body that doesn't serve you, and by you, I mean me, of course, and all of a sudden, you know, you get to day 2, and even though you're feeling so brave, especially if you were sick from the night before, and luckily that's not my story, but if you're so sick and you're so brave and you proclaim to the world you'll never do it again, of course you've thrown your microbiome, and that monkey shows up and his tribe shows up, and everybody starts hoo-hooing tomorrow to say, hey, wasn't that so good yesterday? Can't we do it again? So for me, it's to really be strong tomorrow, to make sure that I absolutely have my food planned. You know, I've often talked about HALT, which is hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Sometimes I put an S in front for SHALT, as in that thou shalt not eat when you are hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. And the S for halts. She halts before she dares to engage. It could be everything from sick to scared. I think I just stressed out. There's no doubt I was too tired. Not hungry. Not hungry. When I eat right, I'm good to go. Also not as organized as I would prefer. Like I don't have sprouts going right now and microgreens, and that kind of just caught up with me. Ultimately, that caught up with me. So sadly, I did eat off of my plan, and I owe my body an apology. And I absolutely, even if it means like, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to gameplay. I want to trust that I had enough momentum to get through and just be right back on plan tomorrow. I have food. I have the ability. My life will be much calmer. You know, life is daily, right? And today, unfortunately, I just made a choice that didn't serve me. But I don't want it to be a habit. And when you go from one day to another, that second day becomes the habit, and I can't do that. So I'm just letting you guys know, my JVV community, I've been so clean for so long, and I just let my guard down today. A lot of things were getting me. I was really trying to process. I was like, why? You know, like, of all days, why? And it was like a friend of mine who had died. The memorial was yesterday. I didn't get to go, and that was distressing for me a little bit right there. And then we have all these changes coming, right? Where kids are going to be coming back on campus. I was really stressed about the potential of my breathing being a problem because they'll be using you know, cleaning products and stuff in between the classes during lunch recess. And there were just a whole bunch of things, and I didn't really get a chance to talk and process them. And I think I accidentally chose food. You know, in a way I chose food. Trying to think, did I eat it compulsively? Maybe. Whatever I did, it didn't serve me. It doesn't interest me to continue, and I will be back on plan. Starting right now, of course, let alone tomorrow forward. So, gotta write it off the page, as my good friend Tanny Ross says. And if you don't know her, look her up on every social media platform for health. She definitely talks about, you know, a lifelong plan. And some days are more perfect than others. But this is a game I've played before, where I was way too willing to forgive myself, you know, and that kept me sick for a really long time. And being over 80 days of well is the longest I've been well in forever, like a really long time. Not forever. Years ago, I was clean for a really long time. But I want to stay clean, and one day does not break, or I don't need to negate the success I've had so far. I just need to write it off the page and move forward. So I just wanted to say that out loud. I'd love to know if you can relate in the comments below. Like if you like, join us if you haven't subscribed. I'm going home. I want to take care of myself and maybe rest and just have a better day tomorrow. Another thing, which is a mixed blessing, but it kind of stressed me out, was that my husband adopted a gigantic draft horse, one of those Budweiser horses, and I know we'll love her. And he even already named her Harley, because he said the money he spent to adopt her could have been his Harley, which is really, really sweet. Well, I thought we had some time, and all of a sudden, Harley is arriving Sunday, like Sunday night. So I was like, oh my gosh, we're scrambling to get everything together to provide for this kid, who, praise God, was spared being turned into meat, right? But anyway, I know I'm going to love Harley, but that was another stressor. And then, you know, all of a sudden, having kids come back on campus and stuff like that, it is a major act of Congress. But above the COVID, which is concerning for sure, was just me realizing I still have asthma, and cleaning products are a struggle. So I know God is bigger and has a plan, but I was just trying to look, what was all of these things that made you put that first compulsive bite in your mouth? That first bite. I even went through the whole thing of how are you going to feel after this meal, and somehow let myself know that I would be absolutely fine. I'm going to trust that I am fine. All right. Peace be with you, my friends. As always, know that I'm here to support you. And until we talk again, best of all, know that I'm choosing wellness once again, and that you're blessed.